I was just saying I'm quite overwhelmed. There's a lot of you I haven't seen in a while, and it's just so wonderful to see you. So thank you for being here. I'm John Bowler, Executive Director of the Coralville Community Food Pantry. 10.5 years strong somehow. I'm not sure how that happened, but happy to be here. I just want to thank you, and I appreciate you being here as we're celebrating a new chapter for this land that we're on and a new chapter for our community, and it's really exciting. Just a little preview into what we're looking at today. We're going to have a few folks say some remarks. We have our friends from the Iowa City Area Business Partnership Ambassador Program. We're going to do an official ribbon cutting with all sorts of scissors. It's going to be great. And then we'll invite you inside so you can see our beautiful new space, have some delicious snacks, chat, and hang out for a bit. So, but in the meantime, I have a few things to say as well. So I think most of you were here nearly a year ago on April 12th of last year. That's when we broke ground on this site. It's amazing to think that was just a year ago. But today, behind me, as you can see, we have a beautiful new food pantry building, and it's wonderful, and I can't wait to share it with you. I want to thank Hodge Construction and Newman Munson Architects for helping our dream come to life. And I'm, again, so excited to have you all see what we've accomplished. And 2 years ago, in 2021, we turned to all of you, our friends and supporters, and asked you to help us build more than a food pantry, and together we have succeeded. So another round of applause. Thank you. I will say, when we were doing that, things were hard, but we didn't anticipate that in subsequent years we'd be seeing a meteoric rise in the number of folks who were turning to food pantries for support. Just last year, we witnessed a historic 55% jump in the number of visits and deliveries. And I will say this year, things aren't looking any better. We're seeing more and more folks turning to us for support, and our neighbors are struggling to access the food that they need and deserve. However, we have some really wonderful people, partners, that are helping us do this work. And this building, which is a really wonderful building, it gives us all the tools we need to look after our neighbors, provide them with the food that they need and deserve, not just now, but for the long haul. So we appreciate that. I would like to, actually I want to say a few more things. We've been in this building now for, I think, 10 weeks. So we've officially opened, even though this is the grand opening, but we've been open to the public for 10 weeks now. And I know our staff and volunteers agree with me. There's just a huge seismic shift compared to the last place and this current building. Obviously, we have so many new efficiencies that have been unlocked in this new space. But just when any human being walks through the door, they just feel more dignified, and it's a really comfortable, safe, welcoming space that we're just grateful for. So thank you again to all of you for making that happen. I do want to specifically thank some donors who made it happen. In total, we had, I think, about 250, 275 total folks contribute to our capital campaign, which is amazing. And I'm not going to list all of your names, but I do want to acknowledge the people who were in that foundational category of giving anywhere between $20,000 and $250,000. So bear with me, I have a little bit of a list. And I do want to start with a non-cash donation, but it was really quite valuable and important. Coralville United Methodist Church, which you'll hear from here later today, they got this started by donating the land that we're on today, which is a huge, huge thing. So thank you, folks. And then maybe we'll save applause for this after I finish this list, because we'll be here all day. But also want to thank the City of Coralville, David and Noreen Revere, Mike and Julie Hodge, Green State Credit Union, Hills Bank, West Bank, Midwest One Bank, Shirley Altenhofen, Trey and Kim Martin, Brenda and Joe Albright, Johanna and Tom Kruckerberg, the Coralville Community Fund, Mid-American Energy, and of course, I can't forget Anonymous. So thank you all so very much. And that's it for me for now. We have a few other speakers. I'd like to introduce to you our current chair of our board of directors, Robert Rogers, and he has a few things to say.
How you guys all doing?
Hello.
How you guys all doing? First of all, I want to thank all of y'all for being part of this.
Thank you.
I want to thank all you guys for being part of this really special occasion. Right now, I'm the current chair, but we have the previous chair, Keith, over there that I'm following, and so I want to appreciate those guys for everything they did to help me maintain this spot. This is really good. It's really special. Uh, Not only am I now the chairman of the board of directors, I'm also the president of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And so I want to thank you guys for coming to Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Play nice. First, I'd like to thank the staff, John, Hi, Jamina, Loyal, and Tom. John, our fearless, oh, I'm sorry. Fearless. Oh, thank you. Fearless leader. He created an atmosphere that's all-inclusive and all-encompassing. The atmosphere is just so welcoming and so open, it's ridiculous. And that was supported by the staff. Hi, Jamima, Loyal, and Tom. They help maintain this atmosphere that we have. They help nurture the atmosphere of all-encompassing, all-inclusion. Next, I'd like to thank the amazing group of the past and present chairman of the board, or the past board members. Keith, Phil, I see two of you guys there, the rest of you guys.
Yeah, raise your hand.
Yeah, raise your hand. Everybody raise your hand if you're a past and present member of the board. So guys, I came in at the end of this, and so the work that was done here, I have nothing to do with it. I just happen to write the coattail, and I really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate your support and what we're trying to do this. Next, I'd like to thank the awesome group of volunteers. Raise your hand if you're the volunteers are here. Okay, you guys, you know, what you have an engine, but if you don't have tires to make that car go, it's really hard. And these guys really did a good job. Thank you guys for all your amazing service and dedication to our community. It's just amazing. And next of all, I'd like to thank the amazing donors, which John already had thanked. You guys are just amazing. The businesses, the faith organization, the public entities that made this possible. It's just amazing. And finally, personally, I'm excited because we've been striving to be more than a food pantry. And the fact that we've gotten this far reassures me that we can continue to make this possible in our community to be more than food pantry. Because you know what's out here? It's more than just food. People need support, they need mental, they need social support, they need support at all levels. And that's what we're doing here. We try to give them more than that. So I really appreciate the whole thing that's going on here and everybody that's included. So thank you guys. Now this thing says give Mike back to John. Mike, are you no? Oh, we're talking about this thing right here. All right, well. All right. Oh man, it's so hot out here.
That's a hard act to follow, John.
Yeah. But, thank you guys.
Ready.
Well done. That's why we love Rob Rogers. Thanks, Rob. Up next, we want to hear from Reverend Lee Brown and Corey Hutchinswit from the Coralville United Methodist Church.
Want me to go first?
Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Corey Hutchinswit. I am the chairperson of the Coralville United Methodist Church's Administrative Council. I wanted to share two quick thoughts with you today. First, I want to express the joy that our church congregation feels on the completion of this building and its grand opening. And we are excited to help celebrate with you the great work of our community in making this possible. So many members of our community gave generously of their time, talent, and treasure to create a respectful facility with which to meet the food insecurity needs of our neighbors. But beyond this building, and even more importantly, I want us to recognize and celebrate the daily example set by the food pantry's leadership, staff, and volunteers of meeting the food needs of our neighbors while honoring each visitor's human dignity, the unearned worth or status that all humans share equally. When I think about the many programs and activities of the food pantry from my Methodist perspective, I see the Christian concept of radical hospitality put into action. As one Methodist teacher puts it, radical hospitality lets go of a need to shape people into our own image, includes people within a community without expectation that they will conform to it. Instead of saying, "You are welcome to join us," it asks, how can we be with you? As a member of the Coralville United Methodist Church and a person profoundly inspired by the food pantry's practice of radical hospitality, I see today as an opportunity, challenge, and model to go deeper in relationship with our neighbors, which in practice should communicate the message that we want to become a part of your story more than we hope you will become a part of ours. Thank you.
Is everybody really that tall? I feel like, do you see what it's like to be me in ministry with all these people? It's just amazing. Forgive me, I'll talk a little bit from my own perspective, so I'm going to talk about inclusivity from where I am. I'm two things. I'm a foodie and a Jesus freak. I think that describes us mostly here at Coralville United Methodist Church. Food is at the heart of the identity of every culture and community, and eating, sharing a meal around a table was Jesus's most consistent social action. It was around a table that he talked about a new world order, and much of his teaching took place around a table, and many of his healings were coming and going from a dinner table. He welcomed everybody at the table. He sat down at whatever table he was invited to. People who shared his Jewish faith, people who didn't, powerful people, powerless people, wealthy people, poor people, people across ethnicities and even gender identities, and that was not done in his day. Healthy people, sick people, addicted people, even us. He knew that the way to God, the way to love, was inclusivity, and so he rooted himself deeply in who he was, and then he pushed the boundaries out. He knew the value of everyone, and that's what we try to do here. And so that's our way, and that's the reconciling way of Coralville United Methodist Church. This is a safe space for everybody. I know that I speak for the church, for the congregation, and for the conference when I say that we're so excited to be able to live this out through the giving of this gift and the receiving of this gift from Coralville Community Food Pantry, because it is, as Corey said, more than just a food pantry. This is an organization that embraces this inclusivity in every way. And it's more than just feeding people, than just handing out food. It's the community meals. It's the community that is built. It's the inclusivity and recognizing the dignity in every person. It's bringing everybody in the community together. So we are so grateful to be in partnership, in community, with the food pantry, with the city of Coralville, with the interfaith community, the nonprofit community, and the business community. We value our collaboration with you all. We love you all. John Bowler, you're my hero. You're amazing. I don't have the shirt, but I wish I did. We welcome everybody to this space, and we look forward to sharing even more in the future. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. My friend, I believe Representative Dave Jacoby's in the house with a special present for us.
Wow, it is so cool to see so many people here. It's so cool that Coralville is a strong, caring, cohesive community and cares about our citizens. I also want to take this opportunity to show you my imitation of guarding Caitlin Clark.
All right.
I'm sorry if you missed it, I'm not doing it again. But thank you so much for being here, and John and everyone here that's invested in people living in our community. Senator Zach Walls and myself would like to congratulate you on the Coralville Food Pantry and this grand opening on April 6th. And I want to thank each and every one of you for being here and caring for the citizens. Thank you.
Okay. And last but not least, Mayor Megan Foster.
Okay, for real though, like, it's up here and then I have to bring it down here. Okay, there's just not a lot more to say. I think we've heard all of the incredible things that the pantry does, the incredible things that the pantry contributes to our community. I think the events of the last week have shown how important this resource is to our community. And this new building, we've been talking a lot about how this new building is more than a pantry. We've talked a lot about the sense of community that the staff provides, the inclusivity. The word I have not heard yet, and I think it's under the underpinnings of everything that we have been talking about so far, is love. Because you know what? When you walk through those doors, you feel it. You feel the love that this staff has for the work that they do. You feel the love of for the people that shop at the pantry. You feel that love when you walk in as a volunteer, and that is the thing that keeps you coming back, is that love. That's it. You know what? That is it. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it when you walk through those doors and take your tour. So thank you. Thank you for giving our community that tremendous gift of unconditional love. It's infused in every single thing that you do, and we appreciate it, and we feel it. We feel it. All right. So I have a proclamation that I am going to read. Oh, usually I'm loud enough that people can hear me without the mic, because I have 5 kids and I yell at them a lot. It's true. Okay. Proclamation, and I'm going to read this on Tuesday night as well. Whereas hunger and its root causes are of grave concern in the United States, the state of Iowa, and in the city of Coralville. And whereas 1 in every 10 Coralville households is food insecure. And whereas the Coralville Community Food Pantry has served as a vital food safety net for the Coralville community since 2009. And whereas with the help of the community, the food pantry celebrates a new chapter in its history with the opening of a newly constructed facility. And whereas in its new building, the food pantry will continue to partner with the community to ensure that all of our neighbors have access to the food that they need and deserve, both now and well into the future. Now, therefore, I, Megan Foster, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of Coralville, do hereby proclaim April 6th, 2023, as a day to celebrate the grand opening of the new Coralville Community Food Pantry building in Coralville, Iowa, and urge all residents to support the food pantry in its quest to build a stronger, healthier, and hunger-free community. And I have signed it. Usually I sign it during the meeting, but I've signed it. And in addition to the proclamation, I have a key to the city that I am happy to present to the staff of the Coralville Food Pantry. Thank you all for being here today.
Here we go. Oh, there we go. Sorry, John, I messed with your clip here. Okay, that's our slate of speakers, but I want to turn things over to the Ambassador Program, Mackenzie. But before that, I just want to let you know again, we're going to wrap up here with the ribbon cutting ceremony. Then you all are invited to come inside for food, to take a tour of the space, learn more about how to get involved, both as a volunteer, as a donor. You might have heard, I know Dave just referenced her name, but we have a pretty amazing point guard that lives in the area. Happens to be the National Player of the Year, Caitlin Clark. She's been doing a promotion with us, helping us raise funds from now until April 22nd. You'll learn more about that inside, or if you go anywhere on the internet. Everybody's talking about it. It's fantastic. But I want to introduce Mackenzie coming up.
while I'm dealing with this, why don't you guys get a wonderful staff photo? Just the whole team all together. Kind of split it up, that way it won't be awkward up here. Oh, you guys look great. All right. Well, hi everyone. My name is Mackenzie Graham. I am an ambassador and an attorney at Brown Winnick right over on 5th Street. And we are so...
Oh, I think we might have accidentally bumped it. Boom.
Oh,
There we go.
There, good, better. Okay. Let's just do it again. Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie Graham. I'm an ambassador with the Iowa City Area Business Partnership, and I'm an attorney at Brown Winnick Law Firm. We are so excited to all be here today at the brand new and beautiful location of the Coralville Community Food Pantry. Thank you for coming out today. And when we were getting ready for today, we had passed around some thoughts about what should be said, what should be highlighted. My first thought getting up here was that I don't need to say anything because it was already covered by all the people who do this work day to day. But John did have some very important highlights that I thought were really interesting and just show the breadth and the depth of the impact that this pantry has in the community. So the food pantry first opened its door in, guess what year? 2009. Yes, you win. Okay, this is the first building that is the food pantry zone, built specifically for the pantry purposes. Somebody want to guess how many pounds of food the pantry provides to our friends and neighbors every year? A lot. 750,000 pounds. Yeah. So this new building, as John mentioned early on, was funded by food pantry supporters, local businesses, and local government. Does anybody want to guess how much the project cost? A lot. Realm of 1.4 million. So it's huge that we're here today.
That's a lot of zeros.
I know, a lot of zeros of food and a lot of zeros of money to make it happen. The land, of course, was donated by the United Methodist Church. Thank you for that. And as John hit on earlier as well, they've seen a huge uptick in need in the community, 55% year over year. And just to be able to show up each day, staff, volunteers, this is a wonderful, wonderful place to be. So on behalf of the business partnership, we thank you for making that investment in our community. We really thank you for being here. I would also be remiss if I did not thank the ribbon cutting event sponsors for 2023. We've got MediaCom and the City of Coralville. So on behalf of the business partnership ambassadors, congratulations. All right, let's cut some ribbons.
Yes. One ribbon, 14 scissors. John said there's a whole lot of cutting.
I know.
Anything else, Mackenzie? Okay, with that, we can come on inside. Thank you all.